What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and we are here today because I just realized about 2 days ago, now 3 days it looks like, they released some more gameplay of Marvel's Midnight Suns, and I think that it should be a little bit better because I feel like before they were showing a lot of things, but what I'm hoping to see here is a full on like just serious like an actual stage play out. That's really what I want to see, because that's going to be the kind of the seal and deal, the deal and seal, the something. I'm really hoping that I can see this and it'd be really good. I'm really hoping for that. So without further ado, Skidmariki Dinky Doo, full screen, you know what I mean. Let's get into it.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our first gameplay live stream.
No!
My name is Caroline Guevara, producer and your host for today. I am joined by two very special guests.
Just to pause, because I'm a jerk, right? She looks like welcome, friendly, feminine, and stuff like that. He's like trying to be serious, but this man, this man here, my man look like he about to fuck. he about to bust some heads, man. Why are you so serious, Joker? My man looks mad too. I want to see how he actually talks though.
Jake Solomon, our creative director.
See, he gets all smiley.
Very happy to be here. Very happy to find
Why did you get to see the Phantom?
Of course. And of course, Garth Angeles, our franchise producer.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here as well.
Awesome. Well, thank
there
you
you
guys
go.
so much for joining
He's
us.
just trying not to.
If
He's
you
trying to be
haven't
serious. Like
followed
he.
social media yet,
I don't know. I like that.
follow
Maybe
on
it
Twitter
shows that he
and
likes the
Instagram.
game.
Again,
So
that is
kid, man, y'all gonna
Marvel's
respect
Midnight
this damn
Suns.
game.
Give us
I
a
ain't.
follow so
You know how many
can be
years I
up to
put into
date.
this?
And also, if you want a very exclusive skin for Blade or Night Stalker skin, definitely sign up for our newsletter.
Oh, see, that's good. Signing up for the newsletter gets you the skin, not pre-ordering.
Alright.
I like that. There's a big difference between that.
To show the world.
finally happy to just be able to play the game.
And you know, it's been a while, and you know, on behalf of the team, before we do dive in, watching the trailer, watching the gameplay assets that came out, it's been incredibly invigorating for the team to see the reaction from the community. It really does energize us. We are going to be finishing the game and seeing your guys' love and excitement for what's to come.
That's a little
the team really
scary.
appreciate it, so thank you all.
So they're going
We've
to be
also been
finishing the
listening to your
game,
feedback
but doesn't it have a
already.
due
Very
date
important
already?
to us.
Yep. For sure.
And one piece we definitely wanted to touch on was the fact that this game is a premium title, an enormous single-player game that is brimming with content, and we're not going to have gameplay microtransactions.
No. I understand why people would think that, but no.
They have to. That's like the new thing. No microtransactions, I promise. But that's great. Also to hear, but though I would have not have put it past them to do it for the skins in the game. I think cosmetics, if you want to do it, and I know sometimes cosmetics get out of control, but I'm definitely not like a huge thing I just don't want it to lock gameplay unless it's an expansion, unless like they play the first game and then there's an expansion. I don't mind that, but it sometimes, you know, it gets a little bit hairy.
Every ability that your heroes can have, they're in the game. You only earn them by playing with the heroes you love. There are no gameplay microtransactions, so put that to rest. Let's just play.
See,
the
but
game.
I had that same assumption too, that there was going to be some type of microtransaction to go forward or something like that.
You and I used to play another game.
So
We
hey,
did.
day
we're
Tuesday
not-
drizzling
we're not quite in
rain.
Kansas
I wonder if that
anymore.
means anything.
No.
So it's a little bit different.
Speak to Ghost Rider,
So,
new combat item.
You're in control of the hunter, moving her in real time there. You're at the Abbey, which is an entirely new superhero headquarters that we created with Marvel. Every cool superhero team
Hail
has to
Holy
have a
One,
cool
or is it
superhero
unholy yet to be
headquarters. This is
determined?
ours. We're just showing the exterior. We're going to show
they're like
more
right
of the
behind her.
Abbey at the end of this mission. Today, we're really showing off combat. So we've got a couple of our squad mates here. We're going to head into combat.
Yeah, there
This
better
is
be
our
a sprint
hunter.
button.
We've talked
Yeah,
about how
hustle, girl.
customizable they are.
We don't got all day.
We're going to just dive right into combat then?
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right,
We're gonna
let's
play
do
some
it.
combat.
Here we go, a full
We
stage,
are
like
gonna play
actual
some
play out.
combat. And again, you know, we are a tactics team through and through. I'm so proud of the
See the health
designers we
bars?
have here and the folks that work with Jake and the creative systems designers.
Now,
but
where is
we've
there?
made something that you have not quite seen before when it comes to a tactics game. There's so much when it comes to the visual element of this, characters and how they're going to move and the superhero flair that you're going to see.
For
But
sure.
first, we
Gang
want to slow
signs.
down before we start playing this thing fast.
Let's
And
talk.
talk about what the mechanics
Let's talk
are
about the
right?
abilities,
Yeah,
right?
like, how do you
Because,
choose moves?
As you may have heard, the hero's abilities, they're dealt to you at the start of combat, and like a hand of cards.
Like
Which-
cards?
Yeah.
Nano
Timeless
of
game
heroism.
mechanic, by the way, right,
Right.
Jake?
So it looks like
What
some
could be
heroism
controversial
stuff costs.
about
That one
cards?
costs
Nothing,
2,
I
and
assume.
0.
However, in case it is, I would understand why people would say, what? That's very different from anything we've done before. It doesn't actually, I want to make sure that people understand it doesn't
See
play
Doctor
that
Strange.
different than things we've done before.
I have
But
Agamotto.
as Garth is playing, I'm going to explain how this whole system works. And
Drop
the
it.
idea is that every character has
See, now
their
they're
own
going to beta
abilities that the
footage. Why?
player is in charge of. So they can assign whatever abilities they want to Blade, to Doctor Strange, to the Hunter. They bring all those abilities into combat, and there aren't that many of them. So you're going to see all those abilities come up. But they're dealt to you as a hand of cards.
And there's some really cool card categories too, right?
Yes. So there's 3 different types of abilities that are really important. There's an attack, which Garth is there. One of the benefits of abilities, treating them as a card, is we can put like really interesting effects on them. So we have
Blessing of Ashanti.
Another benefit is we can make so many different abilities. We can give them interesting effects. One is an attack, which Garth showed off there with Blade. The next is a skill, which he just used with Doctor Strange. And that is the sort of thing that is a little more, could buff your
No, sir, they're
your
just standing
allies,
there.
could be defensive.
They actually have commentary
There's
for the
different
fact
ways
they're
to
standing
use it.
still.
But ultimately, the important thing is that by playing attacks, by playing skills, you're building up a resource that we call heroism. You can see this in the bottom right.
What's that?
Yeah, it's a simple, the game all
See, it's
rotates
very Slay the
around
Spire,
heroes,
too.
right? And so
Weak,
you build
vulnerable.
up heroism, and you use that to then use the third type of ability, which is called heroic.
They are your most powerful attacks. They can have devastating impacts on the enemies, and that's what we're working towards right here. Now, I have a few other plays before I use.
Okay, so that gives you
Dr.
+1
Strange's
heroism,
I'm going to use one
knockback
of the Hunter's
forceful.
attacks to build up more heroism, which will make the heroic stronger.
So right now, the Hunter's in a great position to
That's the same move she
fire
did
off this
before.
ability.
Ooh.
Yeah, knock an enemy into another enemy. But you can also discreetly move your characters around the battlefield, and you'll have to.
So now that one's going to do more damage because now it's at 4,
different effects in the environment.
doing 80 damage and applying 2 weak.
Oh no, you're fine. I was
That
going to
looks
say
like it's
that
gonna
it seems
kill
like you
him.
have a lot of flexibility and freedom how you choose to play, like with your heroes.
Yeah, you do. I mean, the idea is that the game is meant to move pretty fast. It's still very deep.
There we go.
That right.
He just KO'd that person. By the way, he buried an axe in their head, and then
So now you can't play the other cards.
Yeah.
Oh, card plays moves 1 and 1 redraw. How do you redraw? I think that's the X.
But also, I mean, you saw that heroic ability. Our team and our content team and all the disciplines that have worked on it, they have created these abilities that are in your face, incredibly satisfying to watch over and over, and the payoff.
Yeah, they've really pushed the presentation of the abilities, and it's amazing to see. There are a lot
That's
of
fine,
deep elements to combat here, and part of that is how different the heroes play. So
See, that, now
we
they
have
just skipped
a
into a
number
different
of
instance.
different
I was
abilities
hoping to see
there.
like a
And in
full
fact, actually,
thing.
Garth, you
They
can
give you
talk
to
about
change the
what
cost of
you
one
do.
Yeah,
hero
we're going to use a
card
special
and
skill
anti-zero.
from the
Oh,
Hunter,
random.
which is going to chain on and allow us to use a very, very powerful card in our deck. So Inspire allows you to play heroic or a card that costs heroism for free. So that's what we're going to do with Hunter, and that's going to lead into this powerful ability.
Yeah, and so the hero combo, again, a big attack. The way that you unlock
Exhaust usually means that that card can't be used ever
So we
again.
talk about how the relationships that you have with these heroes.
And that's
this,
that.
Wow.
very awesome and very powerful. You unlock these super powerful attacks by forming a relationship with the heroes involved.
Last man standing.
Oh, here we go. Ooh, Blade. Gotta go Blade.
I mean, of course.
So
Nice.
again, that's an encounter. You know, they play very, very fast.
Why is it that for every
So that was the
one
same
of
fight?
the
It looked
sites
like it
we
wasn't the
take
same
out,
fight.
It seems like 2 more appear in their place.
Patience. Hydra certainly lives up to their name.
I've hunted an actual Hydra. That was easier.
Easier than this. I live up to my name, too.
Second best there is. So what it is. Okay.
Hell of a price Crossbones put on your head, runt. Too bad he never said it had to stay attached to your body. Well, too bad for you. Big words. For a dead man.
You don't kill people. Second best, and he's the actual
one
best.
thing right today, Sabretooth. Heads are definitely about to roll.
Oh, look. Another mangy stray.
You smell wrong.
Compared to him,
Good point.
Well, she's the daughter of the main
Now I
villain,
get to
so
kill
she should be
two runs
terribly
with one
stinky.
claw. Maybe I should be paying Hydra.
All right, so here we go.
Okay, guys, I would be lying if I would say I'm not excited about this very
Wow,
iconic
berserk,
duo,
chain
this
swipe.
battle between Sabretooth and Wolverine.
3. So yeah, I'm gonna look at this thing
you
here.
saw there
3
just one of the cinematics. We have
card
hours
plays.
of cinematics in the game. Obviously,
So
we're
that's
telling
like the
a very
balance I think
deep,
they have in it.
story, and part of that story, of course, is
So you play one
introducing
card
these
there.
villains. This is the first villain we've shown, but we have a large cast.
So
of-
yeah, that
of
was
characters.
down.
Not just
So you can't just spam.
heroes. We've got, again, as I said, 12 Marvel
Taunt,
heroes plus the
chain.
Hunter. We also have a large cast of villains for the player to fight against. It's
So you
what
only
makes
play Frenzy?
Lilith
Okay, he's mad
so
that's gonna happen.
powerful. So again, she's
Oh,
the
wow.
ultimate enemy. The thing that's cool about
I guess
her,
if you attack too
imagine
close to him or something.
the most dangerous people in the Marvel universe, she's
There's one more
equally,
card play, one move,
equally
and one
dangerous
item,
because
okay.
she can corrupt people with a single touch. So not only will you fight villains like Sabretooth here, but you'll fight what we call Fallen, where Lilith has
that the same
corrupted
thing? Too
villains.
close?
She's corrupted even heroes.
Okay, it only triggered
that
once.
the player's gonna have to fight against over the course of the game. So yeah, very deep narrative. A lot of narrative comes out not just through cinematics, but also you'll experience in game as well.
Hey, what is this?
And now we're fighting against Sabretooth, and yes, you're right. This is an iconic matchup, right? Wolverine,
that's-
the best
is
at what
that
he
an
does.
item?
Sabretooth, kind of good at what he does. But he's, he's deadly. Like,
Hold on, let me just
iconic.
rewind that.
and now we're fighting against
What move is that?
but
What is
also
he using?
very deep narrative. A lot of
So it's just
narrative comes
move?
out not just through cinematics, but also you'll experience in game as well. And now we're fighting against
Wow, look at the
Sabretooth. And yes,
angles.
you're right. This is an iconic matchup, right?
That's
Wolverine,
weird.
the best at what he does.
What is that, an
Sabretooth,
item? Because he has no more
kind of
cards.
good at what he does.
I guess it's just something he's able to do.
He's deadly. Like Sabretooth is a very deadly character, and so you're gonna have to require your entire team to take him out. All of our villains have a bunch of unique abilities and also a unique flair to them. Sabretooth, the idea
Yeah, that was the
behind,
item, it
behind
seems.
Sabretooth is that
Because he has no
he has
more
the
two
ability called
redraws.
Frenzy,
And I
and
guess
that
that's
means
just your
that
cards
every
that
time
you
you take
drew
an
suck.
action, he may respond, right? So you have
What?
to be really careful. You have to be very efficient in what you do because
this man
Sabretooth
able to
responds
do?
very quickly. So we
Got
can
it.
take 2 actions, then he's gonna fight back.
So you have to like anticipate when he goes on that frenzy, kind of.
Yes,
Got
like
it.
for now. But yeah, I mean, I love Sabretooth. We've introduced, here we're introducing Wolverine for the first time. This is where you meet him. This is pretty far into the game, probably. I mean,
I don't understand how he's
actually,
able
this
to
game's very
constantly
long,
keep
so
doing
not
that.
that far, but this is a good 10, 12 hours into the game. When you meet Wolverine and you unlock
10, 12
him.
hours.
So there are characters you unlock through play. This is the moment when you sort of meet Wolverine for the first time. And so again, Wolverine, a completely different play style, completely unique set of abilities.
Can you go into his abilities a little bit more? Like what makes him so unique and different from the other characters?
Yeah, so if you think about Wolverine,
Okay, level up.
he's
Wait,
very
you level up
savage.
mid-combat?
He has the ability to attack multiple targets. So he has what we call chain. He has a lot of ability that
Overkill.
chain to multiple targets. And at the same time, he can taunt enemies. And that means that he can draw their fire.
just
When
get
he
knocked
attacks them,
around.
then enemies target Wolverine after that. And that's great because Wolverine has the ability to regenerate health. He's very low on health here. Garth, you doing okay, bud?
Let's use little berserk. I'm gonna get some life steal on there if you want to mention that.
No, that's
Say Berserk is
I
Life
believe in
steal?
you, Garth. Like you can do this.
fine. As you can see, Sabretooth, huge health bar.
Heavy hitter. Definitely
Yes,
heavy hitter.
definitely a heavy hitter. And so that's good. Wolverine has got some life steal
Okay,
going on.
got a lot of
Sent
health
that guy
back.
to the
But
moon.
Frenzy's gonna go up and hit him again.
But yeah, this is the problem with
Jesus.
Sabretooth, right? Is that he just doesn't stop. And this matches how he is in the comics as well. Like, Sabretooth doesn't stop,
Yep.
Wow, he
So you
healed
have
a
to
lot.
always kinda be
But
on your toes
the
here.
hunter looks like he's gonna die. I guess that's what the
What are
whole
we doing,
taunting is
Garth?
for.
Like,
We got
Just
him. We got
keep
him.
we got him.
taunting.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm actually going to
You can position yourself, use the environment.
Okay. Right.
One thing that's worth pointing out is that as you move, you can continue to move until you use an ability, right? And so you can position yourself just perfectly.
Okay.
Until you use an ability, you can continue to move around the map.
And the movement balance is one of my favorite parts as movement. If you play tactics,
Still has
you know
life
how
steal.
critical it is.
And
But
he's
it's
gonna kill him
this
here.
wonderful balance of You can choose to play more methodically and find that single precise movement position to take advantage of the enemies, but it's not every single turn, every single action you make that decision.
Can't heal. Have to keep going.
It didn't seem like he really got a turn, you know? Wolverine did like 6,000 things. He's gonna get mutated. But it was weird, right? Like, it's like he moved around, chucked this through this. Oh, that's actually the enemy. Oh, and that's the cutscene they showed before. It's her going up to Sabretooth.
You'll do.
Nicely. What'd I say? Do you fight him again? Is that the end of it? No, they got some time, but they're probably just gonna talk.
All
for the
right,
rest
so
of
we
it.
saw the gameplay.
All right, so I was looking more into it, right? Because I really wanted to understand what was going on in this thing. So there's card plays, there's moves, and then the heroism, which I was listening to them. I don't think they ever mention it, but there's heroism also. Like, so well, they do mention heroism, but it actually is what is allowing Wolverine to do multiple extra moves, like throw items later on. So I'm just gonna speed through it right here, right? So we have the 3 card play. So this is 1. And then sometimes you get card play refunds and stuff like that. It'll tell you. So he didn't get one for that. So that's 2 card plays, right? Now this is gonna be another 1. And you see that the heroism is going up, right? Frenzy, as we saw. Now, as you see, now he has 4. Now this is another card play. He's gonna use a skill. Now this is where I was getting confused, because I was like, why is he going so many times? Right, so then he has the 1 move where he comes over here and kicks it, right? 7 heroism, remember, he has 7 heroism at this point. So boom, does that. He gets hit back, and then I think he frenzy response, right? That's just the frenzy response. It looks like even though you get knocked back, it's just cinematic. You usually run back up into right back to where you were. So now look. 2 heroism he loses. And that's gonna, yeah, to do that. See, it takes 2 to do that. Boom. And then he's gonna get another 1. Now he's down to 3. He lost 2 heroism for getting hit, 2 to drop the pole, 1 to do that. Frenzy got this person stunned. Now, it looks like you even see here that he has an option to use more heroism, but he chooses not to do it. Like, he can go over here for 1, do 30 damage, and he says, nah, I'm gonna save the heroism for next turn. Ends the turn, the daze gets removed, Wolverine gets shot, and then the reinforcements come in. So that makes a little bit more sense now, right? Like, when you slow it down. Now here, look, he has 3-1 and everything like this. Knocks him into this person. And then card refund. So you get a refund. I don't know if that's random or it's because they knocked it in. This is just a basic ability to gain heroism. So it's starting to make a little bit more sense for me. Overkill. Got a card play refund. So this should be still at 3. So really cool. So still at 3. More heroism. Yeah, and that's all Berserk does, gives you lifesteal. So now we understand how this works. So now he still has 2 cards to play. Berserk was 1 card play. So now it's that's just the frenzy hit back. Now he has 1. And then it looks like building up the heroism, even if you don't have any big skills, you can use the environment to your advantage, which is pretty cool. Use that. 1 heroism going down to 4. So just to jump off it, he didn't even throw it. And then he's gonna use this. That's gonna do a buttload of damage, and that's what gets the kill. Weird that he only uses like 3, or maybe it triggers once you do the last one. So that's how that works. So now I broke it down. Like I was just like, I don't understand like some of this stuff. And like I said, I'm talking over them, but they're not like when I'm listening to them. When I was listening back, they don't really specify how that's working. So I wanted to break that down because that was actually confusing me. Hopefully that clears it up for you guys as well.
A lot of good ability. It's just like amazing gameplay, of course. But this isn't just it, right, Garth? There's still a whole nother section to it.
There's a whole other section. It is enormous. It is incredibly exciting. Again, we love tactics games, and changing what we did with the tactics design there wasn't enough. We wanted a whole other half of the game that was
makes
the
sense.
RPG part of the tactics RPG. So we're going back to the Abbey now, and we're going to show you guys a little bit of a gameplay tease with what you can do within the Abbey.
All
and we're
right.
going to start in the Hunter's Quarters.
All right, let's do it.
You can do an enormous amount. Obviously, after a hard day's work, you want to go back to your place of refuge.
Right, you're wearing casual clothes, right? Many outfits. We actually have a lot of outfits that.
And look at this room. It looks like some decorating could be done. Can you do decorating?
Joan, yeah, you gotta update your room. And
Oh,
there's
God,
ways to
of
update,
course.
not just the character.
They love
the room
doing
as well.
that.
Here's your beloved,
Horse, Charlie.
right? Your beloved hellhound Charlie, who loves you so much.
Of
You
course.
can, of course, pet the dog, and there's a lot of benefits to that as well.
There's benefits to petting the
Are we
dog.
going to be able to explore that a little bit more?
We are, and in fact, what's happening right now is the hunter walking onto the common room after combat, and so again, this is really a social.
This reminds me of like
experience
Hades.
where
This
after
aspect
combat,
of it.
all these
Hades,
heroes are
there's a
hanging out,
benefit to
and you
talking
can
to the people,
choose
giving them
from
gifts.
different heroes
back at the
after
like
combat,
the home
to hang
at
out
the
with.
house.
And this is an important part of building relationships.
It is. It's one of my favorite parts of the game. Not only do you have fun in combat, you come back and you have a very, very important choice to make, which
Join,
is a whole
hang
other
out.
part of the Marvel fantasy, right? It's not just battling amongst these heroes. It's who do you want to hang out with, Mika Marono or Iron Man, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of benefit to this, right? There's not just a narrative benefit.
I don't
as
even
they
know who the hell that
commiserate
is.
over their terrible parents. Hope my dad's not watching, because I can commiserate with them as well. But yeah, then in addition to hanging out with heroes, you obviously get to have a deeper experience talking to different characters around the Abbey. We're kind of alluding here, like your dialogue choices can affect the hunter's balance as well.
I mean, it's an RPG. There's branching dialogue choices here.
Right.
You mentioned the light-dark balance. The
Plus,
role-playing portion of how
Moonlight
you
looked
want to
like.
craft your hunter and their personality is incredibly compelling. And you'll be able to do that in spades in the Abbey. Uh-oh, what are we doing here, Caroline? You love the dog?
I do.
You walk your dog?
I mean, it looks like it.
Dog can walk.
No, it's part of the quest.
Leading me somewhere special. Okay, where are we going?
So, this is just one of the many things that happens on the Abbey grounds. So the Abbey grounds are very extensive, which you can explore, and you should. And this is a lot of really interesting optional content that the player can come out here, explore the grounds, uncover a lot more narrative, a lot more gameplay. And so, again,
Well,
we wanted this to
hopefully
feel
it's
like
not.
a living space.
See, it's
So
like you have
not
that
just the interior of the
fine
Abbey.
line of
It's the exterior grounds as well.
necessary.
Or
It's necessary to do it,
supernatural,
and versus
based
it's
on
optional.
Again, you think of the world of Marvel, it's not enough to just have a series of menus in between missions or a base that doesn't have a lot of content and substance to it. And the grounds really act as that, since they're overloaded with secrets and mysteries and deep
Now, this
lore
reminds
to
me of,
learn more. Even in other
Mortal
forms of
Kombat: The
Marvel that you
Crypt.
may be surprised about, the background of the Hunter and Caretaker and other characters.
Right. And there's so much more that we would love to show
Let's
you.
keep going. Can we keep going?
And we will. There's so much more to show you,
Soon.
and we will very soon.
All right.
All right, well, there you have it, guys. We have a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of Abby,
And that's
a
gonna be
lot
it.
of
All right, so it does look good. It's nice that they also said that there's no microtransactions. So I thought that there might be some just to do that, or are there going to be booster packs, or is everything relationship based? Because that's going to be a nightmare. Like there's going to be, how the internet is with games. It's like there's going to be the best card. All you got to do is make love to Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, the best one, the top tier deck building, stuff like that. So, who's the best to investigate with, to invest time with, things like that. And, is there actually a way that you could just play, which is something that you won't be able to see until the game comes out, but you can actually just play what you want. You know, there's different builds, like Blade could be like a gun, like a certain reset-y build. You know, you have Wolverine, maybe there's a way to literally have him as an unkillable tank that he just goes in there, takes all the damage, and then heals it back up no matter what. You know, and then you have someone, maybe Iron Man on the side, but it does say like 3 card moves, and it looked like, I don't know, I was kind of confused about that too, whether or not they were 3 for Wolverine, then the Hunter got a turn, or was it just based on the cards that were drawn? I think that was a little bit confusing to me. But YFOs in the comment section below, let me know how you feel. Let me know what else you guys got out of it, because I know that they were explaining some stuff. I did talk over some of it, but they were just like talking about how cool the moves look and things of that nature. I just want to see more stages complete, because it looks like definitely a game where you'll be, especially if there's leveling up, you're going to need to be killing fodder or doing optional missions and stuff like that. So we'll look forward to that. Like, comment, subscribe, and just remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.